Today we're going to be talking about Joseph's life. We've been talking about him for a while, but in Genesis 41, it talks more about Joseph and how God used him to help others. So think about Joseph, how rejected he must have felt. His brothers had sold him into slavery and then told his dad that he had been killed by a wild animal. He had gone into slavery into Potiphar's home and worked hard and then died down because Potiphar's wife told a lie about him. Then the men in prison, although he helped them and interpreted their dream, they forgot about him. So Joseph must have been feeling very forgotten. His brothers, Potiphar, who he had served faithfully, and those men who he had interpreted their dream. But he was not forgotten by God. God was molding and shaping his life. God was making Joseph into a strong and a wise man, a compassionate man. And God was shaping him to be a vessel that would serve others, that would be helpful, that could serve and help others. He had no idea what God was doing, but he could trust that God was shaping his life and preparing him to help others. Well, one night the Pharaoh had a dream, and in his dream he was very, very troubled. He had this dream about 7 big, fat, strong cows, and then 7 skinny, weak cows that came and ate the fat ones. He had a second dream about big sheaves, healthy sheaves of wheat, and then 7 skinny, sickly sheaves of wheat. He was troubled. He couldn't sleep. He wondered what this dream meant, and no one could interpret the dream. But finally, the cupbearer said, "I remember someone back in prison, Joseph. He interpreted my dream." So they brought Joseph out of prison, and they gave him a shower, they shaved him, they gave him clean clothes, and he went before the Pharaoh, and God told Joseph that dream. There were going to be 7 years of plenty, just lots of food and rain, and everything was going to be good. And then 7 years of famine, where there would be no rain, there would be no crops growing. And God showed this to Joseph. Well, when Pharaoh heard this, he thought, whoa, this is a wise man. And Joseph warned him, you need to choose someone who will help you, who will store up during those years of plenty and be ready to help during the years of famine. Well, Pharaoh realized right away that it was Joseph that was supposed to do that. So Joseph moved from prison into the Pharaoh's palace and began working for the Pharaoh and became second in command. Can you imagine what a change that was? Soon people were coming with all their grains. They were coming with big bags of grain, and Joseph was giving them money. He was storing up that grain, paying them for what they brought, and storing it up for those years when there wasn't very much grain. And pretty soon he had barnyards full of grain. Those 7 years of plenty passed very quickly, and then people were coming asking for the grain, and they were giving money to Joseph. So he would give money, food to the hungry people, and they would give him their money. And he would give more and more food to the people who were hungry, and they would pay him their money. So Joseph was used in a mighty way. He was taken from prison to Pharaoh's home, and he was used to save the Egyptians from starvation. And before you knew it, people from all over the country, the Israelites, people from all over were coming, and they were buying that food from Joseph. So how does God want to use you to be a helper? Does God want you to give out words of encouragement to others? Does he want you to make cards or pictures for other people? Does he want you to take out the garbage or help clean up in the yard, help with the dishes? Make it a purpose. Decide today that every single day you're going to do something to help someone else. because God is shaping your life into a strong, creative person, and God wants to use you to serve others, to help others. So how are you going to be a helper this week? I hope you'll make it a habit to help someone every day.